Yeah. What's up, guys? Chris in the beginning. Quick edit note. Didn't want you guys to come in listening to this 2-year anniversary, 100th episode extravaganza with some topics being missed because we recorded early. We recorded this last Thursday. I think it was the 13th. Yeah, so the day before Valentine's Day. We're not going to go over the Tupac hologram wearing Supreme boxers. We don't go over the All-Star Game activities and the alternate Off-White 5s, the Kanye truck full of the basketball quantums. So we do this pre-All-Star Game. Also, right now while I'm up top, I want to ask you guys to, do all the regular things. Subscribe, like, share, take a screenshot of this, put on your Instagram story, invite someone to the Discord who likes sneakers. Come hang out with us. We have our live show every last Tuesday of the month, Sold Out Tuesdays. So please come to that if you're in the New York City area, or if you just want to take a trip to New York City, come hang out with your pod boys. We're here doing stand-up, working on bits, trying to get funnier as time goes on. And, man, just crazy. 100 episodes in 2 years is wild. Yeah, man, just so fucking nuts. Oh, you know what? I do want to make a quick note. We do talk about a set that I taped. It's a bomb. I bombed. I mean, the first half was good. Then I really tanked it. Holy shit, did I really just drive that into the ground? I took this nice little polished thing I had, and I go, let's just scuff this shit up, stomped on it, and fucking threw it to the trash. So I think if I can find it, I will post it on the Patreon so you guys who have Patreon memberships can watch that. And please take it with a grain of salt. It's a bad one, but it is what it is. So yeah, with all that out of the way, next week All-Star Game activities, next week Supreme, Tupac shit, next week all that other shit, next week everything. Woo! Yeah, buddy. 100. That's a Benji.
100, baby.
Hey everyone, how's everyone doing?
Bringing that same energy.
Oh yeah.
Same energy.
Yep.
2 years, 100 eps, same energy. We're consistent.
Yeah, say what you want. Say what you want. We try to be consistent.
That's right. I am one of your hosts, Chris Cheney. Across from me is Lawrence Deloach, my motherfucking guy.
All right, let's start this out a little bit better, guys. Let's just come on.
Okay. Oh, it's our fault now.
Nah, I'm just saying. Let's just do this a little bit better. All right. This is the 100th episode of Sub Podcast. I just want to thank everyone for listening out there.
Yeah.
We started out with three dudes and a dream.
Right.
And one of the dudes is gone. We got a new dude.
Yeah. One dude left mad early.
And we were one Asian left. We replaced him with another Asian
What's up?
dude. I'm Lawrence Deloach. We got Chris Cheney over there. We got Luke Trovisi over here.
No, this is Mike Gwen.
Shut up. Get out of
This
here.
is Mike. This is Mike. Yeah, whatever.
Hey, what's up, guys? I have nice pants.
Bro.
Check out my camo, my orange camos.
So we're really happy to do this 100th episode, and it actually falls on one of the bigger weekends of the year.
Yeah, Valentine's Day weekend.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No, All-Star Weekend.
Oh.
When we talk about streetwear and sneakers and all this other stuff, you got All-Star Weekend's a huge weekend, bro.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's fucking huge. It's
No, it's a streetwear holiday.
It's when Nike and Adidas try to flood and Puma and all these street brands try to flood the streets with limited edition sneakers and clothing.
Flood the streets with wares.
Try to hype the clout with shit.
And this year the All-Star Game's in Chicago.
Yep.
And I guess we can start out obviously by saying by the time this episode airs, the All-Star Game would have been played.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to air on President's Day, which is Monday.
Yep.
All-Star Game is Sunday. We can start by talking about what Off-White 5s.
Yeah, if you want to. So
yeah, let's talk about Off-White 5s. Here in New York, there are only, to my knowledge, there's only two places or two stores that seem like they're going to receive them.
Mm-hmm.
One of them being the Empty Gallery space in Manhattan,
Yep.
the Off-White store. And the other one probably being Nike NYC, where either that or Mercer or whatever. And it seems like New York is getting shut out. I know a lot of people are like, yo, shut the fuck up. New York gets everything. But, yeah, we do get everything, but it's a lot of wolves that we got to beat to get stuff. And it seems like Chicago, obviously the home city of the All-Star Game, is going to be flooded with these Off-White Chicago 5s.
yes.
Now, what are you guys' thoughts on the sneaker itself?
I believe I'm on record as saying that I don't like holes in my sneakers. The same way I don't like them to be used when I buy them, or new used, or whatever, or microwaved looking. But I even tried to give him a chance with his explanation of the holes. Before we go there, Luke, what do you think? Now that we've talked about these several times, you've seen them a lot. Have they grown on you? What's happened?
I don't care. I don't care about them. I really don't. I'm just very indifferent about them. If I do get a pair, it's going to be to feed my family.
You know what's really annoying?
If it's
to feed my family.
That's it. It's gonna be to feed my family. That's the only reason I get.
You know what's
these.
really annoying, and I think both of you guys can maybe back me up on this. When you talk about fives in general,
Okay.
Air Jordan 5s, a lot of people I think call them an underwhelming silhouette now.
Yeah.
Back in the day, like early 90s or whatever, like, you know, when they were newer, the Jordan, like, of course everyone liked them. But, like, you know, lately, from like 15 to now, I feel like people were like, oh, I don't really fuck with fives that much. Because I was asking people about fives. And then I go, what do you think about the Virgil 5s? And they're like, I have to have them. I'm like,
Yeah.
no. So wait, so he puts a hole in, he hole punches them, and now you want them?
Yeah, but like, they scroll up a little bit more. There's
Yeah.
there's so much going on with them. Look, there's
Yeah.
there's two holes, and like a little bread tag, and that's about it. That's about it. That those laces, the little Spizike tag thingies. Yeah, man.
You really didn't say much.
You know, he had
Exactly.
nothing on
It's
there.
kind of just pussyfooted around
I
the
s-
topic.
Oh, okay. Lauren's learned a new word today. Lauren's learned a new
He
word
just
today.
said, yeah.
Yeah,
all
man.
right.
Holes. They got holes in them. They got 2 holes in them.
Now, you want these, Lawrence.
I actually like them, and you know, it sticks to who I am as a person in terms of if the shit does have. I like a lot of Off-White stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the first Off-White that besides the green dunks that he did, that I've liked in over a year.
Right, yeah, because you like Prestos and all this other stuff you already copped. The ones.
I
and
mean,
shit.
the Air Max 90s, the Desert Ors. I have
Yep.
those, but like the green dunks were executed all right. I didn't like the other 2 colors, but the 5s they speak to me a little bit. I think you know, it's obviously his Off-White's take. I mean, with the holes, could I have done without the holes? Yeah. But I like the pre-yellow bottom. And hopefully, it definitely just gives me a vintage feel with them. And I hope that obviously New York, we only got 2 stores, and the whole sneaker pass thing is just, which we're gonna talk about that in a little bit, because I do want to talk about that. And
Yeah, absolutely.
How it needs to be kind of changed or whatever. But I am looking forward to hopefully obtaining a pair, and if I do get a pair, I will wear them immediately.
Now, you guys know I'm the story. I love my stories when it comes to shoes. Did you guys read or hear what he said about his conceptual thought about the holes?
No, what was the conceptual thoughts?
He was trying to say that they're inspired by Air. So Nike is known for the Air play, the technology in the shoe. They have, you know, they've played with the idea of Air various times. So Virgil basically, to make a long story short, was basically like the air on the outside of the shoe is the same that's on the inside of the shoe. If I put a hole in it, it's like the transfer of air in and out. It's like the ventilation of it is. He's playing with the idea of Nike Air being the air around us.
And as you said that, a sad ass tune.
Yeah, that was why is my speaker? Did my speakers turn off? I didn't even know it was on.
Ominously perfect timing.
You know, I wanted to like buy the concept. I wanted to like him. Like after I heard the story, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. He's playing with the air, like letting the air whatever. But then I'm like, wait, no, they already had holes in them. Just making a bigger. Like this was already a vented shoe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Putting a hole in the vent doesn't. The execution was just poor to me. I like this. I bought the story more than I buy the shoes now.
Okay.
You could sell me on the story, but it's not gonna make me want to wear these.
See, I was pussyfooting around, much like Virgil was pussyfooting around when he came up with this holes thing. He can't just say, I just wanted to put holes in shoes.
But I think that's the shit that Virgil does to a lot of, especially, you know, with the Jordan 1s and even Prestos, like where he does flip shit around in a sense, and he does kind of, you know,
No,
where there's
absolutely.
holes or enlarged, you know, swooshes or, you know, flipping I mean, he's done a lot with that. That's why, like I said, I definitely like him. Now it's going to be interesting to see how many people actually hit, because especially the fact that you only pretty much have the sneakers app.
Yeah.
And as we're recording this episode, which is on Thursday night, tomorrow there should be some type of sneaker pass going around.
Right.
And if it's anything like the rest of the sneaker passes,
Bless you, sir. God save you.
oh man, that was very awkward. If it's anything like the sneaker passes that's been going around for the other All-Star weekend or All-Star releases, such as the New Beginnings pack and the 85 reverse breads, no one's gonna get it. And I think now this is a time that something needs to be done with sneakers pass. Now I know, once again, it doesn't matter, because Nike's still gonna sell the shoe regardless.
Right.
So, what's the incentive of them changing? But there's something being said when you have this, all right, we're going to do reservations in 15 minutes. And when 15 minutes hits, 9 times out of 10, it automatically loads up out of stock or, fully reserved
Yeah.
or limited sizes. And I think it's very frustrating to a lot of users. I mean, because I think we've discussed this before, but how many sneaker passes have you legitimately hit?
0.
-5.
I mean, I've probably hit around 3 or 4.
Yeah, and you tried the most out of all of us.
Yes.
I mean, and
I've only tried on a couple things, and I've hit L's like immediately.
I mean, one time, I remember I got a pair of undercover React 87s, and I think the reason why it was because I think there was like 3 or 4 colorways of them,
Right.
and then there was it's coming on 15 minutes. It was literally like it just happened, and it was a shock drop. And then I've got other things that just weren't desirable, but you every time. You keep saying to yourself, all right, this is the time I'm going to fucking hit the sneakers pass.
Yeah.
And nothing happens.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that. I think it needs to get to the point where it's some type of draw. And when I say draw,
Like a raffle.
like almost a, you have 20 seconds to submit. And after that 20 seconds, almost like the Leo method that they do on certain sneaker releases, where it's a 3-minute raffle, and then when you got your chance to get in line, and then after that, some people get randomly selected, some people don't.
Did you ever use the network app for anything?
No, I haven't used the network app.
Did you see what their system was to pick winners?
What was their system?
They had literally like a bingo type of poll system where they would make you pick a series. They would pick you. I think it was a letter, 3 numbers, and an emoji.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh,
But I don't think that would work for sneakers pass, because there's more. I think there's
Absolutely, but I do like the idea of because they did it in front of the camera. I kind of liked the idea of like watching it. It seems like more legitimized.
I don't think you need to do a camera system for a sneaker pass. I think what needs to be done is I think that people need to be able to get in
Right.
and say, hey, I want a size 12 or I want a size 9. And within that first minute or so, and then they lock it, and then it just lets people, just like how when you on sneakers or a draw, when you have a draw, you put your information in, and when that 10 minutes is up or 15 minutes is up, you get charged immediately. And I'm not saying that you gotta get charged, but what I'm saying is there's gotta be something, because when you're just like, all right, the draw goes up for 15 minutes, and then in 15 minutes you're like, all right, let's do it, and then there's nothing left. It gets to that point where you're like, what the fuck? There has to be something that's done to revamp this flawed system. It's flawed. It's flawed as fuck.
Yeah, there's no perfect way to do this yet.
Yeah.
There's no perfect way, but I think there's better ways. But once again, when you're in a situation where it doesn't matter how you do it, it's gonna get sold.
Yeah.
People are gonna,
Right.
What's the incentive to fix it? People complaining. It's always gonna be. Nothing's gonna, like you said, flow 100% smoothly.
Yeah.
But I think you gotta figure something out, because this just isn't good. And then this week, I mean, even with these Off-White 5s, we had Foot Locker in their app talking about it was gonna be first come first serve in Chicago, which would have led to people getting killed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then they flipped it to the reservation system, which a lot of people are just like losing points and not happy about the system. So I think once again, and I've stated this before, this All-Star Weekend, it just seems like they're just trying to make things even more unobtainable for the average consumer.
Yeah, that's their whole marketing plan.
Yeah, it's been the major problem for a lot of people. I mean, we talked about it kind of last week. We talked about it weeks prior. It's just like only people with money can get all this shit.
Yeah.
I'm not.
There's a few of us like the few of us can slip through the cracks.
Buy bots. That's it. If you want to solve the problem,
Yeah,
buy
but
bots.
then
That's
you
it.
buy, everyone buys a bot. Now it's still the bot wars. It's
Yeah,
still
but then
a-
you buy a super bot.
Yeah, you buy super bots, and then you start. Then we get the Transformers wars, and then now things are getting more interesting.
Yeah, then you get like Matrix level machines.
Yep.
And now we're in a simulation
Yeah.
where we all have the shoes.
Yeah, but
so
we have
we're
all the
happy.
shoes. We're all got the shoes in the simulation.
I think you guys are being weird as fuck about this shit.
Well, no, it's just
I think
it's-
you're being weird. We do
No.
this every week.
No, I mean it is what it is. I mean, like I agree with you. It's just like
Yeah, it sucks.
the only way for us to get to the point where Nike does something is we have to stop using it.
Yeah.
But no one's going to stop using it, like
No.
you said. So I'd rather just enter the Matrix, where my Matrix body is the representative of what I think I am, and I'll be wearing Off-White 5s in the Matrix.
Yeah.
So, okay. Now that we've talked about like the Off-White 5s, and you know we got the New Beginning pack that dropped,
Whew,
Which-
what a bloodbath that was.
which Nike decided, you know, we're not going to ship these. We're not going to ship them out.
Yeah, which was nuts.
So now it's in stores.
Yeah.
All right. We also had 85s, the 85 reverse breads that
Right.
people just weren't getting as well. Now it leads us to the threes, which the red threes, which is obviously it's well, guys, you can't get anything really limited, but we're gonna give you these cement threes, but in red. And then they said, fuck it, we're gonna give the general public those, but we're also gonna have a Nike Shy Chicago version.
Oh,
It's getting to I know Gentry Humphrey or whatever is, you know, he's back at Jordan Brand, but it's disgusting.
Yeah.
The way that, you know, people are what they're doing to people for sneakers, and I feel like once again it's only getting worse. I mean, I can't say what's going on in Chicago right now because I do remember obviously the last time the All-Star game was in New York City, resellers, and I mean we just ate, like you just stood
it was
online,
mayhem.
you just stood online and you were able to get a pair of Don C 2s or, you know, or not, it wasn't that simple, but I mean, dudes walked away with Fragment 1s, Don C 2s. I mean, we discussed this at length. And obviously things change over, you know, the course of, you know, 5 years where more safety, Chicago's cold as shit. You know, they don't want bloodbaths, but it's kind of like to get the limited edition stuff, it's kind of insane right now.
Do you care about this Xbox they're gonna that's coming out with?
there's
the shit?
There's an Xbox coming out with the threes.
I mean, are they just the regular threes? Are they limited? Are they? You
No,
know,
they're the Shy ones.
they're the Shy ones.
Either way, it's just like out of all the things to drop with these, there's nothing like All-Star Weekend and Xbox.
I hear you. But this actually is huge news for the baby shoe reseller market, because what pairs better with children's shoes than an Xbox? So you're gonna want to get that package together if you're a baby reseller, because that's gonna be where you make your money, boys.
Baby reseller for Nike for the red threes.
Yes, man. They're coming in all sizes, all family sizes, and I'm telling you, man, that's
Well,
that's what
how
you're
can
gonna
people
want to
get
do.
the Xbox? That's the question.
That's the question. The answer is I don't know actually.
I'm just kind of looking a little bit deeper. It is available. It's not just available for anyone, but you have to for a chance to win, you need to head over to Xbox tweet and retweet it. So it's as simple as that.
There's gonna be so many like weird flex fits with like them also playing Xbox. We don't need this.
All you need to do is just go to Xbox and retweet for a chance to win a limited edition. So right now, as this tweet was from 9 hours ago, and there's already 105,000 retweets, and it ends on February 27th.
Ooh.
So by the time that happens, we are looking at probably going to be like a million tweets, a million retweets.
The red on the Xbox and the controllers doesn't even match the red on the shoe.
That might be lighting.
Might be. Oh, yeah. Well, that also might be color correction.
Huh.
I'm looking at this picture with the shoe and the box next to each other
Hmm.
in a seemingly consumer-taken photo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I have a video. I see your consumer picture.
Yeah, the red on the shoe is darker.
Oh. All right. Toddler shoe resellers, I renege my last statement. You're going to want to drop these all together. These are going to be bricks.
Let me see if I can find them on StockX. All right, it just doesn't want to come up. That's sick. It's sicky. I mean, do you have any other expectations going along with All-Star Weekend, Al? I mean, you are as our main All-Star Weekend correspondent.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of sneakers, or in terms of like the whole just the game and
Well, anything, yeah, because I mean the game looks interesting because Giannis doesn't know how to pick a team. I mean, he went with Joel on his first pick, which I'm not saying he's a bad pick, but I'm not saying he's your first pick. You know what I mean?
Not when everybody else is on the board.
I mean, look at this playing. It's LeBron, Anthony Davis, Kawhi, Luka, and Harden
On
versus
Team
that's their
LeBron.
starting five, and then the other starting five is Giannis, Joel, Pascal, Siakam, Siakam, yeah, Walker, and then Trae Young. I mean, LeBron's team should dominate.
Yeah, in theory, but they're all injured and ball hogs, so we'll see.
I guess Giannis said to the media that he didn't pick James Harden because he wants someone that will pass. Did you see that?
no.
Yeah, I saw that. So
That's great.
he has no idea what's.
He should have
First,
picked up Luka then. No, I don't think Luka would pass it.
No, because you basically, if LeBron pretty much. Here's the thing: if you look at the way the team was set up, LeBron's first pick was AD, and then if Giannis goes with even Kawhi Leonard, then LeBron could go with, he can go with Embiid, and then just have this super huge lineup. So I mean, Giannis went with Joel to counter AD. And then he went with Kawhi. That's who LeBron went with. And why not go with Pascal, who fucking was teammates with Kawhi Leonard last year in Toronto. Yeah. And then LeBron went with Luka, which is smart. You know what I mean? The Kemba joint, I mean, obviously I think I would have went with James Harden, but I mean, like Giannis went with Kemba, who's not, him and James Harden are both scorers. And obviously, it's amazing to have Luka versus Trae Young on the same against each other because they were drafted and traded for each other last year.
Yeah.
So I mean, so the lineup. Granted, it looks bad, but it's not as bad as people are saying. The only thing that, like I said, Giannis should have done was pick up James Harden. If you pick up Harden, and then it's fine. But I mean, at the end of the day, LeBron's team, Giannis went with a lot of teammates. He picked up his guy Middleton. They play in Milwaukee together. You got Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam, who are teammates in fucking Toronto. You got Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, who are teammates in Utah. So I mean, it's Jimmy Butler. I think is on.
It seems like he also went for newer guys. Like I think the years on LeBron's team versus the years on Giannis. I think LeBron's I'm not gonna say almost double, but he's got a couple more years on that team total.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, but LeBron also went with his boys. He went with Ben Simmons. He went with Jason Tatum, like Chris Paul, Westbrook. I mean, it's not. And once again, the game is it's still going to be competitive. Why? Because they are playing for Kobe Bryant and Gigi and the 7 other people who tragically lost their lives in the plane crash. This game, obviously, LeBron's team is they're going to all be wearing jersey number 2. And Giannis's team is going to be wearing jersey number 24. So, I mean, you have to realize that as lopsided as the lineups look, it's still going to be a very competitive game. And it's going to be a very emotional game for all the players involved. And also shout out to Devin Booker, who also just made the All-Star team today as an injury replacement for Damian Lillard.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, okay.
And I like Devin Booker. So, we don't know what to expect for All-Star Weekend, but we do have, speaking of Dame, he's supposed to be rapping in the All-Star game. He was supposed to be in a 3-point competition, and him and our favorite Drake nemesis Pusha T
Yep.
Yep.
are collaborating for the
Yeah.
the
The
Dame
Dame
6. What are your thoughts on this, guys?
This is the first shoe that I can say with full confidence that Virgil has now reached obvious levels of touching other brands. So I know that generally that a lot of people have done sort of what Virgil's done. They've mimicked the sort of style. They've mimicked whatever. This is the first shoe that I'll say that although it is not directly, you can't directly put this pair of Dame 6s next to an Off-White or another Nike pair or Virgil ripoff, but this is definitely taken from that school of thought.
Yeah.
Where it has the writing on the sole. It comes with it. It's not written on, after it's purchased or whatever, but it comes with written on the medial insole, and then it does have the DL90 in the same Helvetica font, but very simple, very plain on top of the lateral of the shoe, mostly on the upper. I like these shoes a lot, and maybe I am being biased because I love Push and Dame, but I think these are actually nice. One of my favorite features on them, actually, which is, let me see if I can find a close-up. On the toe box here, you can actually sign your name and shit.
Ooh.
These are dumb features that I like. This is more for kids, or this is more of like if you're a collector, if you want to somehow get in front of Dame or Push, a signature on these of both of them, dude. That is not a nice little mantelpiece.
Money.
That's a nice little thing to stock for
is
a
that
while.
just on the left side or is it on the right side too?
I think it's on the right too. Yeah, it's on the right.
Ooh, yeah, you could do. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's on both. No, and these are just nice. Luke, do you have any opinion on them?
No, I like them. I like the Stone Cold ones that were coming out prior, and these are a nice little addition to this new silhouette.
This is actually an underrated Adidas basketball model, if you ask me. I think this is a solid shoe.
It's been doing it's very consistent. I'll say that it's been very consistent.
Yeah, man. What about you, Al? You got any things on these?
I don't like them.
Really? What makes you not like them?
I mean, if I was a kid, yeah.
Not enough holes in them.
No, it's just I personally just don't like them, man. The whether it's the dots and and all the writing and it's
Yeah.
like I said, if I was a kid, yeah, but
Yeah.
I just me personally, I do not like them at all.
Lawrence looks at these and goes, "Yuck." Ugh. I'm happy that Push is involved too.
Yeah.
I am being a little biased, because if I did buy these, I wouldn't wear these casually. I'd probably wear these to ballin', honestly.
That's what I'm saying. Those are like you certain sneakers to me. I'm not wearing those casually.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I feel like these kind of have a European vibe casually, but I don't know, man. Shout out to Push, shout out to Dame. That would be great if Push gets a Dame verse on something.
Ooh.
Actually, probably the other way around. I don't think Push would ask Dame to do anything. I think Dame would ask Push. But even still, I'd love to hear that song. Did we ever cover the Shaq versus Dame beef?
I don't think so.
All right, we
No.
we don't have to. I was just wondering if we did, because Shaq was hilarious in that, but
You want to give me the Spark Notes?
not really.
Okay.
They just fucking both tried. Shaq was funny. Dame was better. It wasn't necessarily something that we need to cover, but
they rapped. It's
yeah.
a rap battle thing.
Yeah, kind of.
Ah, gotcha. Gotcha.
But yeah, not just moving on from Adidas, just because we had that nice Dame segue, but we can't forget about these Don C fucking one collab coming out. These baby blue fucking Ewing looking things.
Yeah. Go on.
When I first saw these, I thought they were like, at first glance, I was like, Ewing, what? And I was like,
No.
oh wait, no, they're not. But it's because of the force up the top. It's got the strap. I mean, it is an Air Force. It is a very Don C looking thing once you get looking at all the details of them. El, what do you think? Do these live up to the Dom C name?
They are, and I'll say this: they give me, obviously, they give you a little slightly MCA vibes.
That's also
okay.
true.
Also, I feel as if they're not 312 bad, but they're not a bad sneaker. I think what's bigger than the actual sneaker itself is the way that Don C released them. They
For Amex card holders?
Yes, they released them today on Don C's website, and it was exclusively for American Express card holders.
Which even shows more the gap between regular consumers
Right.
and the people that want these sneakers that can get them.
So if you're not making people, but if people, if you want a pair of sneakers, and people are you're making people sign up for a credit card, specific just for sneakers.
American Express, not any not
Yeah.
a Visa, not
What's
a
your credit score
MasterCard.
look like?
American Express.
Yeah.
Mine's okay. It's not great. It's a 640 right now.
Ain't no Amex. That's not an Amex score right there.
No.
No.
But that's what I'm saying. So where we're at now, and Don C's always to me pushed the envelope in terms of the way he's been able to release his shoes, whether it was with a $650 pack for the Beach Just Don 2s, and that came with the hat and the pen, and then even the blue pair, which I will be 100% honest with you. I mean, that was something that totally pushed the envelope in 2015 with a $375 pair of sneakers or whatever. That was, that was pretty unique. So now to say, hey, you have to, you can purchase purchase an early pair through American Express. It definitely kind of, it's not. I don't like where this is going. But you know what? But here's the thing, though. And if you go, I've gone to Madison Square Garden and used my Chase card and received discounts on, on food. Obviously, certain things, certain cards and certain, companies, they do have partnerships.
Yep.
It's just we're seeing a partnership between a streetwear brand or a high, quote unquote higher end streetwear brand, or Nike and Don C and American Express, which it's where we're going now.
Yeah, how many boxes do we have to check in order to buy a pair of sneakers now? So in order to have this, you have to have the requirement of an Amex, right? Things like we were talking about last episode with the Foot Locker ones. Imagine if you have to have an Amex card, you have to be the third tier of Foot Locker, and you have to be an already member for 10 years.
Yeah.
How long have you technically been a part of like that refresh whatever program, the Foot Locker one?
4 years now.
4 years.
Almost, 3.5 years.
Imagine it gets to the point where you need to be a legacy member, meaning like 5+. You need to also use your MasterCard. You also need to, but you're right, like things like this have happened. Like I've gotten discounts on Uber and Lyft because I have a MasterCard, and some people because they're a Visa, like whatever it is. These happen all the time, but never to actually purchase something.
Mm-hmm.
Usually you would just like have it already, or you could buy it just at a bigger, like a higher price.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get the discount or whatever. But like, yeah, man, this is bullshit.
Yep.
I get it though. If you guys want to be like that, if you want to be like classist or what, because this is kind of classism, if you ask me.
Totally.
Yeah. So like, all right, whatever, Nike, I see you. I see what you're doing. I don't think I even know anyone that has an Amex card, except maybe my mom.
You don't know anybody?
Do you have one?
I don't have one.
Do you have one?
No.
Do you know someone that has one?
Yes.
Who? Someone under 30.
Yeah.
Who?
I mean, Asian baby girl.
What does it matter who has it?
Well, no, I was trying to make a point of like no one our age has one.
Yeah, but that's the problem. I'm in a very different circle than you, sir.
Asian?
Yes. Asian circle.
With baby girls?
Yes.
It's a nice circle.
No, but it definitely.
I fuck with these.
I do like
I
them.
fuck with these.
I do like
heavy.
them too. I like the homage to the other Air Forces, the 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I think there's a 5 in there too. I like that.
Yeah.
I just don't like you have to have an Amex card.
I don't like the strap on the top of the tongue. I get like.
Oh no, I love the strap, bro.
Yeah. No.
I like the strap.
Strap is nice.
Get the strap. I like the strap.
Yeah, 50 get the
I'm
strap.
gonna cut the strap if I get it.
Let's see. So speaking of, I know we talked a lot about Nike and what they're doing, but Puma is straight up. They're trying to come with the big boys, and they signed J. Cole.
J motherfucking Cole.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great pickup for them.
Good
This is a
pickup.
great signing.
Mm-hmm.
Very close to Rock Nation,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
as is everyone who Puma goes after.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a lot of Jay-Z's backdoor influence on
Absolutely.
being the director of Puma basketball, whatever
Mhm.
fake title that is, trying to rope everyone around to get the fucking Puma train back on. I mean, it's just a great pickup for them. I don't think he's had a sneaker deal in the past. I think this is his first official announcement of one. If I'm sure he's got blessed with a bunch of things, but no, good for Puma for picking this up. Hopefully, he'll stay longer than Kylie Jenner did. What do
We'll
you think,
see.
Al? No, yeah,
We'll see. Time
We'll
will
see.
tell.
I don't know. They got a good roster now. I can't remember exactly on it, but if you got Rihanna,
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z, J. Cole, and Big Sean went over there. I don't remember, but I mean, you got a nice little corner right there. Even with just those three, even if it's a 5-on-5, whoever else is gonna fill those slots. Oh, G-Eazy's over there. What?
I don't know if we like G-Eazy anymore.
Why?
I don't know. Nothing bad happened. Just that thing with Megan.
Oh, and then she was like,
And
"Yo,
then
we
she
just
was
friends."
Like, she was like, I'm not. No. No.
Well, no, shout out to Easy for at least getting over there, getting some cuddle smooches. You know.
Mhm.
Walt Clyde Frazier.
Well, I don't know if I could put him on the the rapper roster.
Oh, if we're just talking about roster in general, yeah.
Yeah.
But
That would be
I mean,
hilarious.
but
Dishing and swishing.
dude, yo, if that's a hard 5 then.
Yeah.
If you got Rihanna, Jay-Z, J. Cole, Walt Clyde Frazier, and then Rihanna.
You said Rihanna.
I did. Oh no, wait,
Big Sean.
Big Sean. Whoever it is, fuck it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Walt Frazier's kind of a rapper.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man though. Me and Lawrence got the opportunity to interview that guy, and he's the fucking shit.
He's the shit.
Yeah, man. Just to wrap up all the kind of new sneakerish news that's going on. So tomorrow the Sonic the Hedgehog movie comes out. If you guys remember, they had to redo the entire movie because everyone hated the way Sonic looked. And we talked about the shoes that were coming out with them. There's been a plethora of Puma shoes that Sonic has been given over the past year and a half-ish for the rollout. And Shoe Surgeon was the one. Can I say that correctly? Shoe Surgeon? Shoe Surgeon actually made a
One more
perfect pair.
One more time.
Shoe Surgeon.
Okay.
Did I Lawrence it or did I Chris it?
You Chrised it.
Nice. I don't know if it's a good thing or not. But no, he made the perfect sneakers.
No.
He made these fucking primo customs that were exactly what Sonic's shoe would look like if he were to wear Pumas. And I got beat to the punch. I talked about this for a year and a half. I was going to do it, and then I never did.
I know. I think it was on an episode. I reminded you back when I was a guest on this show
Yeah, I
to
know.
do that, and you were like, yeah. Now look at you, egg on your face, sir.
Egg on my face. What does that even mean?
I think it just means egg on your face.
Oh. So it doesn't seem like these Sonic Shoe Surgeon. Why does he have to have a tongue twister name? Shoe Surgeon. Luke, can you say that 5 times fast?
Shoe surgeon, sure.
Anyway, I guess he made 5 pairs, and they're not releasing to the public, as anyone knows. But I'm jealous that he made them. I didn't, and I'm going to see the Sonic movie. I don't know about you guys, but that's my childhood hero. So,
I'll check it out.
but moving forward, we're at the 100th episode,
Yes.
where 2-year anniversary was technically yesterday, the 12th. That's at least when Lawrence and I first posted that we were doing this. I don't know when the actual recording was, but 100 episodes, guys. Luke,
Yeah.
you've been with us around 20-ish. I don't
Yeah.
know, whatever it was.
Yeah, I
But
think so.
no, I mean, this has been this is a great moment. I mean, do you guys have any experiences that you would like to share, favorite moments? Because I have a couple, not necessarily on mic, but maybe I'll kick it off where when Lawrence and I did the Asian Not Asian show at the Canal Street Market.
Way to rub it in my fucking face.
You weren't even on the pod yet. Shut up. No, but Mike booked us at the same time.
Okay, yeah.
And that was just a fun experience because I hadn't seen Mike in a while, and we did the show, and I bombed. I had such a great first half. Such a great first half. But then I bombed terrifically the second half.
How did you open?
I yelled, "Yo, what the fuck is up?"
Yeah. I mean, you were doomed to fail from the start, from the jump.
I have a tape.
You have a tape of it?
Tori Piskin taped it for me.
To put that in the bonus, dude.
So, what makes this so great to me is Chris was bombing, right? Straight up bombing. And these Asian people were just looking like, yo,
Well, concerned.
He just kept digging himself a hole. So, he got the light. And for the listeners, you get the light means, hey, wrap it up. You got a minute or two, wrap that shit up, right? Chris continues to go on.
I didn't see the light.
And then it was just like, oh, y'all ain't like this one? All right, well, I'm going to close out even worse because that's what I'm going to do. And a comic and I She
Oh God.
Oh, yeah, I know who it
she she was laughing. We were in the back just laughing at this, and it was epic. And I remember when we got off stage, Chris got off stage. Me and this another black female comedian, we just had a great laugh. It was one of those, yeah, this motherfucker's wild. Yo.
You two were the only people laughing at the whole play. There's like 100 people at this show.
And you just hear Lawrence and this person.
Yeah,
laughing.
just in the
Just
back.
laughing.
I even said something. I was like, it's not good if only my friends are laughing.
Yeah, it was. For the listeners, Chris started out a little too strong. You know, when you yell out "What the fuck is up," and people are gonna
group
like,
of
you know,
Asians.
yeah, they're gonna be a little tight.
We
But
don't like that.
no, that was definitely a fun moment. In terms of the sup
Just
podcast.
the
guys.
lore in the Sup universe. That was definitely a fun moment for me.
Yeah.
Just to bring it back to an on mic experience. When we got Luke on as the third mic, that was probably one of my favorite moments too in the past 2 years.
Fuck yeah.
That's probably one of the only moments you remember. Because there's other favorite moments besides fucking Luke.
No,
you know?
no, of course I have other favorite moments, but Luke coming on as the third mic was definitely one of my favorite moments because we got back to a trifecta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because for a little while, for listeners, I'm not gonna lie, I had to think about like whether I was gonna continue to do this shit. We were recording in cars. It was Chris and I. We went through a stretch where, there was no Becky, there was no Tanner, to bounce shit off of. So it's Chris and I, and my attention span at times is very short. And when Chris, when it's two people, sometimes it can get very boring and mundane.
Yeah, especially if it's like me and him, and I'm trying to do funny weird shit,
And I don't give a fuck.
He's
I'm
dude.
shooting it down.
Every time.
So having Luke definitely added a lot to the podcast.
Thanks, boys.
Obviously we can't forget about Tanner and Becky.
Oh,
because
yeah.
of, what they've done for the podcast, and just having a kid who is fucking young and knows absolutely nothing about nothing. All he knows is a couple songs and some artists that we don't really know,
Yeah.
and Yellow shit.
That's right. He was a big fan of Yellow.
He was.
And I think that was really that was good to see.
I mean, he's still alive.
still alive. Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't.
He's
pass
we see
away.
him constantly.
Yep.
Like I said, there's been so many great moments that things that I can think of. Having Claude Money on the podcast was dope.
Yeah, shout out to all the guests that we've had. We've had on Petey, I love Rob Hayes. He's a fan favorite. I wish he was still in the city that we could have him on. Claw was great. Frank for that bonus episode that we had. Isaiah has always
Yeah.
been a good guest.
Joey Chen,
Yep. Fucking Kelly Snacks.
Kelly Maxwell did it. We've had
Chappie from the Supreme Store.
yeah,
Malia Sias.
Christiana Jackson.
Yeah.
Those are just some of the people that obviously that come off the top of the head. And I think what a lot of times happens is you don't have to have a million pairs of sneakers to be in the streetwear. You have an experience, or you have something that makes you say, hey, I love I love clothes, I love fashion, I love sneakers. Like, I'll buy a pair of sneakers. And I think that's what brings people together, and especially as stand-up comics in the city, in New York. A lot of comics, they want the latest shit, or they want the nice. You want to look really nice, and a lot of comics, I think, and we've said this on this podcast, when comedians get a little bit of money, the first thing they usually do is go out and buy
New wardrobe. Yeah, bro.
There's been a couple people, I'm not going to say who, just so it's not like I'm name dropping, but there's a couple
Yeah.
people who have gotten like a good job or like a good check from Comedy Central or whatever, and then they've hit me going like, all right, what do I buy?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, what do you like? And they go, I don't know. I'm like, all right, well, don't buy anything.
Yeah.
Like, what are you
There
doing?
go.
Like, what
Don't do that.
you're going to look stupid in these shoes because
Yeah.
you don't know you don't know anything
what
about
you're
them. You don't know how to
doing.
wear them. You don't know fucking.
Mm-mm.
But I do feel like, I mean, regardless of if you don't know how to wear it, I think, you just wear what you wear. Like, fashion is whatever to me.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
even if you're wearing, a great T-shirt from Target or whatever, if it's fashionable, it's fashionable. I've honestly purchased and I have jeans from Target. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, like $30. And
You're
it's
so brave.
no, no. What I'm saying is like, everything doesn't have to be $400, $500 jeans. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be.
Kind of
Like-
to piggyback off what we said last week, it's like just because brands' value goes up and the price goes
Yeah.
up doesn't mean
doesn't
that
mean-
you need them to feel fashionable or whatever. Yeah,
Not
like
at all.
Kohl's dad jeans are a good fit sometimes.
It
Yeah,
depends.
man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. So, I think we've on this podcast, there's been so many releases that we've discussed, and whether it was we've talked a lot about Off-White, because obviously Off-White was one of the big things when we started the podcast back in 2018. I mean, we were just kind of on the Off-White wave was just really like taking off.
Yeah.
The 10 had just dropped a couple months earlier. We've discussed a lot of Yeezy, Kanye stuff. It's so interesting just to see that in a 2-year stretch of the people who are who obviously who were really high up we still talk. We opened the show talking about Off-White fives.
Yeah.
And we probably opened up the podcast talking about Off-White ones or Off-White, Air Max 90s.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You see guys like Travis Scott have kind of really entered the fray in the last couple of years in terms of people who have a big share of streetwear.
What's really cool is I didn't think about this when we started it, but it is kind of interesting to think about like the response we're gonna have to look back on and see what we thought when stuff first dropped.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't remember what I said about the Travis Scotts when they first came out.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be such an interesting thing to go back and see, like, if just in general, for any, because there's not many podcasts like ours. There's not many
No.
people that are focused solely on sneaker, fashion-related topics. I mean, there's some that now are picking up that have started more recently. There's some that came before us, but there's still not many.
Yeah.
So to see the vast reactions of various people, like, imagine listening to the first episode or, like, even 10 or 20, 5 years from now. Say we're still doing the podcast. We're on episode, like, 500 or whatever.
Yeah.
We go back to episode 20 when something first came out. That's going to be a crazy thing to look at.
Nigga, I hope I'm fucking a millionaire by then. 'Cause I ain't
I hope
tryna
so
be-
too.
mean,
I hope
really.
you're a
I'm
millionaire
gonna
too.
be knocking on your door like, Lawrence, we have to do the
Fuck-
podcast.
Fuck that.
Lawrence.
podcast.
Y'all better find another black guy. This black guy is out, man. But no, I do have. I mean, do you guys have in the 100 episodes? Do you have a favorite, maybe sneaker or favorite anything that you can remember off the top of your head?
Luke, you haven't said anything yet. I'll let you go.
Yeah. Favorite sneak. I don't know, man. I think just when we talked about the 10s, that was like the first time I came on the show as like a guest. We talked about that. I enjoyed talking about those a lot. When
That
they
was the
came
first
out.
time the Cold Duck happened too.
Yeah.
that was a great moment.
Cold
Cold
Duck.
Duck.
Cold
was a fun
Duck.
one.
My favorite episode was probably, I think it was 82, where it was the Chicagnos and Travis Knotts.
That's a very fun episode.
That was my
That
favorite.
that was a great episode.
Ah,
man.
that
Love
was so
that
fun.
episode.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite moments is when we had a guest on. His name was Pockets, and he kept rolling up weed, but he kept rolling the weed in front of the microphone, so you can hear him like putting weed and and papers, and I just kept telling him, I was like, yo man, what the fuck, man?
That was great.
And I got so mad, just like kind of yelled at him because I was like, people don't want to hear you rolling up, bro.
Yeah.
And but I do think I think my favorite sneaker or just thing that we've discussed here, it might be honestly Sean Weatherspoon's, man. I think it was such a shoe that in the past couple of years has been because they came out 2018.
Yeah, I think the first
yeah.
time we talked about them was when Dame was on the show, which was episode like 5.
Because there was a release in Virginia.
Yeah.
So there was the previous release or the early release that had, it was a little different than the quote unquote general release for Air Max Day 2018.
Yeah.
But I think that was just one of those shoes that I think you're like, fuck, and you just the hype leading up to it. and then the post hype, and then now to see that he's, quote, he's no longer with Nike,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and I think that's like a one of one.
It's it. That's the only thing he'll probably ever do
That's
with
the only
Nike, at least within this decade, probably.
So I think that's exciting. I mean, obviously, is there anything, we're gonna put out another, 50 episodes this year. Is there anything that you're kind of looking forward to? Or?
I want to make more merch. That's one of my favorite things. Was the one when we had Dr. Souls on, and I pitched him Scrubs.
Dr. Soul's another great.
Mike Feeney too. Don't forget about him.
Feeney.
Mike, he had the great FUBU story. He told us.
the FUBU story. I'm familiar with that one.
Yeah, Mike Feeney. We've had a lot of great guests. I'm looking forward, obviously, to in the next few months to see, and we talk about this a lot, where streetwear goes with like Dior and Jordan. I think that's going to be something that's going to be so crazy to see where it goes in a few months.
Yeah.
We're literally like 2 months away from the release
Yeah, no, for sure.
of a pair of $2,000 sneakers at retail.
Oh, you know what? I'm excited for. Hopefully, Tenet will have us back for more live pods if people show interest.
Yeah.
That was also a great movie. We tried to have a live podcast.
Yeah.
Granted, only like a couple people showed up, but it was still a good hang. I think it was still a good app. We like told people to come, and some people showed up.
It was very last minute.
Yeah, but I mean, like it was technically like a live pod. We did it in the skate
Pretty
shop.
fucking sweet, dude.
Yeah, it was cool, man.
That sounds. Yeah, I think there's so much, and I'm with Luke on that. I think more merch. I actually I love wearing sub hoodie. I wear it a lot, and it's something that I think people, we do need to focus on merch for the listeners out there. You need to fucking cop us up.
Yeah, and tell us what you want in the Discord,
Yeah,
guys.
tell us what you
I
want.
am a man of the people.
Yes.
So if you tell me you want something, I will make them.
Yeah.
And like going forward into this decade, we're gonna have a lot more special guests coming. I already got some on the back burner that I'm excited to let you guys know about when the time is right. Now that we have numbers to back up what we're doing here, because like I think I've said this before on the podcast. Like a lot of times, I would ask people like before we even start, and they said like, "Yeah, dude," because I've worked with so many people over the years. Like, "Yeah, dude, I'd love to be a guest on your podcast. Like, when do you want to do it or whatever?" And it was like, "No, I haven't started yet. Let me get things together. I just wanted to get like a slew of people to say yes, and then then we'll kick this off." And then when it came time to actually pitch the ball and take a swing at it, everyone was kind of like, "Wait, what are your numbers? What is this about?"
Yeah.
We're at 100 episodes now. There's not many podcasts that get to 3 digits.
Yeah.
Yeah, not many.
Never mind in this
Pretty
specific niche space.
I got to meet Trey Hill because of this podcast, which is crazy.
I mean, Becky came with me to an A-Life session, and Buddy performed and shit. Like, we've had some great moments over the 2 years that we've done this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Including everybody, Becky Tanner, all the guests.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be more to come. So this is going to be cool to bounce off of and move forward. We got a strong 3-cell team
Yeah.
that
Little 3-piece.
that I'd put up against most other 3-piece teams. So I'm excited, guys. This is going to be a good fucking year going forward.
Lawrence, can you teach me how to play basketball again?
Sure, I'll teach you how to play.
I said again because I wanted to imply that I knew how to play at one point. Just want to make sure that that's out there because
Sure.
I'm real good in the paint.
Are you?
No.
But it's just, but I like I said, I'm really excited. I think we have some great dedicated listeners out there who we appreciate.
Yeah, and shout out to y'all. You'll know who you are.
Thank you guys for listening. And then like I said, man, you get so many people who message you and
Yep.
and love
And
what you do.
incorporate us and them being messaged by other people.
That's right. That's right. Appreciate that.
So I mean, I guess I don't I just it's interesting to be a part of this podcast and to see it make, like you said, 100 episodes. And it's never been an episode. Well, there may have been a couple where you're just like, all right, we don't have much to talk about, but I feel like going forward, I think we got some things that we're gonna really work on.
No, it's coming together. We have a live stand-up show
Yeah.
every month. If you guys want to come see us, you can. We're going to be in places that are in the New York City area if you live by us.
Yeah.
I mean, some of us are gonna start to travel. You're about to go on tour soon,
We're
right?
going tour, baby. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be gone
Lawrence
for a little
Lawrence is
while.
getting flown out, but then canceled on. But eventually, like the flight will be made. You know,
Yeah.
I've been moving around, taking
we
long.
don't,
ass-
we don't need to. We don't need to
I'll take that out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't need, what's that about?
What are you talking about? I was just winning.
No, we're all gonna be moving around soon, so it's like, no, this is just the exciting thing, man. But Luke, you haven't really said what some of your favorite moments. Like, you haven't been here as met Lawrence and I, of course.
I mean, yes, the Air Messiahs were such a fun little moment from the show. Getting into like custom sneakers because I never really got into that world a little bit, and that was
Yeah.
kind of fun. I liked, dude. Every time Lawrence fucks up a word, it's always my favorite. It's always my favorite
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
ever. Licensing.
Licensing.
You still can't say it. It's my
Licensing.
favorite thing in the world.
Licensing. Licensing.
Shoe
say it.
surgeon.
I say it again.
Licensing.
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 Yeah.
Licensing.
Think of it as an Asian person's name.
Licensing. Licensing. Licensing.
Licensing.
One of my favorite moments outside of the show was watching El win March Madness. That was pretty.
That was
fun.
another great moment in the lore of the podcast.
That happened within. Yeah, it did happen.
That happened
Yeah, it
definitely. I was just a wee guest at the time, but I remember going and watching you win, and it was like fucking mad cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I did win a comedy contest at Caroline's. For the listeners, you know, it was awesome. It was fun.
Me and Lawrence were on TV once.
Yeah.
TV.
One of my favorite episodes from when I wasn't on the show yet was when you guys were recording in the car, and I think your boy Steve was coming up to the window.
Or Paul.
Paul.
No, not Paul. It's Phil.
Phil. I knew it was a P.
Phil was coming up to the window, and Cheney was just being a dork the whole time.
Yeah, he was.
Bye, Phil. Thanks a lot, Phil. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Shout out to Phil. He's my favorite guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we've had car episodes.
Yeah.
We've recorded in studios. We've done it in fucking in apartments. Listen, if there's stuff to talk about,
Yeah.
then we're gonna talk about it because people want to hear it.
People
Yeah, man.
want to hear it.
So I don't know, man, where we go from here. But like I said, the only thing I can say to everyone listening is thank you,
Yeah.
and we can hopefully churn out another 100 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So, also, I mean, just write reviews. Continue to write reviews. Hit us up in the Discord. Let us know.
Yeah, no, seriously, guys. Discord has been our fucking main hub for the
Yeah.
moment. Like, we have a subreddit, we have an Instagram, we have a bunch of things, but the Discord is really where, like, you can contact us and get to us the most.
And it's the most fun place to be, honestly.
I think we just have a nice group of people who
Yeah.
who enjoy talking with each other. So join the Discord if you haven't. And
Look, just consider that Discord a hub for any access between what Lawrence, Luke, and I are doing. Like, I stream. You get a notification anytime I want to stream. Luke does it with me sometimes. Like, Lawrence updates it when he gets a fucking new kick that everyone's jealous about. He comes in there, says, "What up, y'all bitches," and then leaves. You know what I mean? We're around.
We're around, though.
You know what I mean? So go to the Discord. There's an invite always in the description if I'm not retarded. You know, we still got the Instagram. Like us, follow us. Screenshot when you're listening to the show and put it on your Instagram story. Let people know what's up because we got to spread the word. If we want to
Oh,
make
yeah, that
200,
helps.
we got to grow. We
Yeah.
love you guys that listen, but we got to have like at least double you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
we just gotta continue to do what we do.
You know what I mean? It was a joke. But yeah, no, I mean like, yeah, no, I'm just happy that we got to this point, and I'm happy moving forward to get to double this point.
Yeah, man. Thanks
we
for having me on for the ride. It's been fun.
Of course, buddy.
It's been
There we go.
fun. There we go.
Yeah, so like, subscribe, everything. You already know the deal. I'm good. What about you guys? Anything else?
I'm good.
That's it.
All
Not
right.
that Cheney.
Yep.
Trevisus.
LZD325.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then just keep riding with us, guys, and we appreciate y'all.
Hell yeah.
All right, peace.
Later.